Yes. So in HTML5, we have, apart from the semantic elements and video and audio and media elements like iframe, embed tags, we have one more important feature is drag and drop and geolocation also there, that we have seen yesterday, how we can import a map into our HTML5 web document. Now we will see how the drag and drop of HTML will work. Okay, actually for this drag and drop we need the JavaScript code only, but still I can show you how the drag and drop will work. That JavaScript code I will explain in the JavaScript class, but I will show you how the drag and drop will work. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, so this is the code actually. See, these are the JavaScript code, right? JavaScript and CSS. These drag and drop required some CSS code as well as script, means JavaScript code required. This much HTML code only is there. So first, in body tag, what I have did, I have created a h2 tag. Okay, h2 for drag and drop heading. So paragraph here I'm explaining that drag the image back and forth between the two div elements so that we will uh, we will get the drag and drop functionality. We will see how the drag and drop functionality is working. So first, what I did, I have taken one div, okay, with div one, and on drop of, this is event actually. On drop means when I am dropping a image from one div to another div, this event, this method, we will call this method. On drop is a event and drop is a method. Okay, don't confuse it here. So these all things I will tell you in the JavaScript class. JavaScript events class we have. In that I will tell you this on drop, on drag over, okay, and on drag start, on drag over. These are the methods in the JavaScript events. So don't concentrate on this on drop on those all things. Just I have taken one div with the div one ID, and inside that I have kept one image, that is logo. Okay. And also I have taken another div, that is div two. Okay. That div two, this div one and div two, we will have inside that image is there, right? I will drag that image from one div to another div. So we'll see how the drag and drop is working, but the functionality, how that functionality is written, I will explain in the JavaScript class. But to show you how the drag and drop is there in the HTML5 only, we will discuss. Next, here logo.png is there, right? I'm saving this. Now you can see this, okay? That div one and inside that image is there, right? This is image. I'm dragging image from here to here. You can see, okay? From here to here. If I'm trying to drag the document, it will not drag. Okay, you can see here. So it is not dragging, only from this div to this div. Okay, so this is the drag and drop, but I will explain in the entire how the drag and drop is working in the JavaScript class. Okay, this is about a Java drag and drop functionality in the HTML5. Just to understand that we will have some events while we are dragging that element from one div to another div. So because of that, to show you the functionality only, I have written this drag and drop here. These all things I will explain. Okay, you can remember this and ask me when I'm telling the JavaScript events class. Okay, you can write down JavaScript events. Okay, in that need to explain the drag and drop functionality. Okay, you can remember that, and you can ask me at the JavaScript events class. You can ask me, sir, explain me the drag and drop functionality of JavaScript, and also the play pause button and extra 10 seconds we can move right in the video. We can move 10-second forward right and backward right. That also I will explain in the JavaScript events class only. Okay, those those are we will do by using the JavaScript events only. So in the JavaScript events class, you can ask me that, explain me the drag and drop functionality, and as well as moving forward 10 seconds and backward, okay, play and pause buttons. That functionality you can ask me at the JavaScript events class, so that I can explain that also. So in the HTML file, the next topic are local storage and session storage. So local storage, what is mean by local storage? What is mean by session storage? So first, what is mean by storage? Storage is nothing but to save a data. Okay, to save a temporary data. Okay, temporary data. Actually, HTML will support the two type of storages. To store the temporary data is nothing but, for suppose you have one form, you are filling one registration form. Okay, that registration form, you want to send that, you want to send save that registration form, and you need to use that registration form details in the next page. Okay, in next page or in the new complete new HTML page. So when you are navigating from one HTML page to another HTML page, uh, you will lose this data, right? This registration data, whatever you have filled, that data is there, right? That data you will lose actually. Means you are navigating from one page to the another page. You have filled one registration form. You have clicked on next button. Then what will happen? So this registration form data is there, right? That this data will be completely gone from when you are clicking on the next button. It will go to the next page, right? So to save that information, already you have filled some information, right? To store that information, we need some storage. So in that cases, what we'll do, for that purpose, HTML will give you support for the storage. That storage is two types, local storage and session storage. So what is the difference between the local storage and session storage is, session storage is the data will store until unless you have uh, you have closed your session. Means you are closing the window. Means Google Chrome you have opened, and you did some you have saved some data. Okay, when you are closing the window, means you are closing the Google Chrome, then the session storage is there, right? Automatically that session storage data will be gone from the session. I mean gone from that storage. Okay, so every browser will contains the some storage. Okay, that storage is session storage and local storage. So when you are closing the window, the session storage will gone. I will show you also. Okay, that things I will show you, but you can remember the difference between the session storage and local storage. Local storage will not go off, means it will not cleared until unless we have cleared from the programming. When we are clearing that local storage from the programming only, the data will be cleared. Okay, session storage is not like that. Session storage is when we have form data. When we are closing the window, that form data will be erased from that storage. Okay, from that session storage, the data will be erased. Okay, and local storage, if you are saving that registration data into the local storage, means when you are opening again, when you are closing and when you are opening also, still you have that local storage data. Okay, that form data will be still available. To you want to retrieve that local storage data, still you can retrieve that. Okay, so this is the difference between local storage and session storage. Now we will see how we can store the data in the session storage and how we can store the data in the local storage. Okay, that things we can see now. And session storage also, we can close the window and we can see that again we are trying to get the session storage data. We'll see that still the data is available or not. And as the same scenario, we will see with the local storage also. Okay. See, this local storage and session storage, both will require the JavaScript code only, but still that is understandable only. So because of that purpose, what I am doing, I'm creating new file. Okay, same file only. HTML file storage dot HTML. Okay, so with these script files to here, we don't require. Okay, everything I'm removing. So these all things also not required. Styling not required actually. I told you right. Some simple JavaScript code will require here. That also you can easily remember that code also. Okay. Actually, we will use this Rocket storage in future programmings also. But before going there, we can see here also. We can see that how the local storage will work, how session storage will work. What I am doing, I am taking one form. Okay, that form data only and keeping in the local store. First, we'll keep that form in the session storage. Will keep okay that form, and I'm taking div inside that. First label is there, right? That label here. This label is username. Next input type equal to text box. Okay, input type equal to text. Now we'll see that ID username. Now immediately for okay is username here. The same thing. What we have given the ID for that input type text box, we will give here the same. Okay, and username given next password. Okay, password. Next, the next thing what we will do, we will give the we'll change now password and the label for password, and the same thing will copy here. Now, okay, we'll keep one button here. No need that label, right? Input type equal to this is form, right? I told you already it is in the form tag. So you can take here input type equal to submit, and that is submit button. Okay, ID equals submit. That text we need to give, right? Submit. Yeah, submit. So what is my intention is while submitting, right? So on click, we have one method is there that is on click. Okay. Here also on click we can write. Okay. This is also one way. Still, we have here form on submit. Okay. On submit. Both are similar only. Okay. On click and for on submit. Both are related similar only. But we have input for all input type equal to button or submit. We have on click. Those methods are there for the form, entire form, right? On submit, what I'm doing, I'm creating one function, one method. That method is submit data. Okay, this is method name. Okay, this submit data here we will write using the function that submit data. Okay, while I'm submitting this, we'll keep here debugger. I told you, right? Name is a required. Username, small letters only. Name equal to password. Okay. Next. This form ID. Form ID is something can come my form. Okay. Done. Now the form is completed. You will see that in the browser. So we have the username and password. What I'm doing here, instead, we can give some breaks. It will look really good. Okay, username, password, and submit button. Okay, I have kept debugger, right? So this debugger, right? This debugger, what this debugger will do, it will stop the execution. When you are clicking, this debugger will hit actually. In that, I have kept in this method, right? So the execution will stop there, and we'll see the data. We'll see, and we'll store the data. So what I am doing here, test one, test 1 2 3 is my username, and here 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. Instead of that, what we will do? Password we will use. Input type equal to password. And refreshing, test 1 2 3 4, and the password is 1 2 3 4 5. I have written. Now we have opened this, right? This is inspector. Means every UI developer, this inspect will helpful for you. When I'm submitting this form, so that submit data is there, right? This on form submit, this method we are calling right here. So that method will call in console. We'll go to the console. This dot, okay, form. So window dot. So username and password fields are there, right? What I have entered, that password, username and password values. I'm getting that password values, username and password. Now we'll go to the session storage concept now. Session storage. Okay, session storage that set item. First, we will set item to the session storage. What we will set now? Username. Okay, username, comma. Here, this username. Here, this username is there, right? Otherwise, okay, this username I'm setting here with the name username. Okay, or otherwise we can set with the name. Next. Similarly, session storage, that set item of, okay, name and password, right? Password with the name, password, and these password. What we have get the values, right? That values I'm passing and setting that data. Okay. Now I'm saving this. Now we'll go to the browser. Okay. Again, I'm entering 1, 2, 3. Okay, text 1, 2, 3. Now we'll go to the password is 1, 2, 3, 4 and submitting form. The debugger will call here. So that input is there, right? Set. Okay, values we need to save, right? So first we need to see that session storage. Session storage. Here it is empty. So no data has been saved in the session storage. When you go to the console, you can check that you can write session storage and that length is 0. So we didn't saved anything in the session storage till now. Now I'm going to save that. Now test 1, 2, 3 and the password is something I'm writing 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm saving that, submitting that. Okay, username, password we got that I have set it in the. Okay, now done. Now go to the session storage. Okay, you can see now name and password. So whatever I have entered, that username and password is stored in the session storage. Now we can see that session storage. How we can get the session storage means this data is there, right? To get the session storage values, we will write like this: session storage set item, right? Now get item of that name. What for the username I have given name, right? Then I got this username. Okay. Similar way, session storage dot get item of password. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. This way we can store the data in the session storage. We can get the data in the session storage. Set the data and get the data. Now I told you one more thing, right? The session storage will lose its data whenever have closed the uh, window. The session storage will go on, right? I told you, right? Now we'll see. Okay, I'm closing the window completely. Now we'll go to the browser again. HTML5 storage that I have opened. Okay, now we'll go to the browser session storage. You can see now empty. Okay, so we don't have data, means that data is erased when you are closing the session. Session is nothing but you are doing this HTML5 storage you have opened and you are doing something. Until unless you have closed that window, that entire thing will call as a session. So that session, the data will go on whenever we'll close the data. So until unless we will get that session storage data. Now we'll see the local storage data now. Similar way, instead of this local session storage, I'm saving in the local storage. Okay, local storage that set item, local storage that set item, same. Username and password I'm setting. Now test similarly test 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3. Okay, password is same thing only, password 1, 2, 2, 3. Okay, I have submitted that. Now everything is done. Okay, now we'll see that local storage. We have the data, right? Name and password. That in the local storage, we have the name and password data we have. So to get this local storage data, local storage dot get item. Get item of similar only. That name means we'll get that. Similar way, instead of that name, here if you give password, you will get the 1223. Okay, and that when we are closing the window, the session storage data is going off, right? Erasing, right? Now what I will do, I'm closing my window. Now we'll go to the local HTML5 storage. Okay, now I will open the inspect. I'll go to the info local storage. You can see still that name and password is there. Okay, when this name and password will go off from the local storage, whenever I have clearing that local storage programmatically. Okay, local storage. Now how we can clear that local storage, that local storage that get item set item I have told, right? Local storage that clear something clear or okay. So clear, that method is there, right? Clear method, clear some your just you have cleared that data inside that local storage. Now that local storage is gone. Okay, whatever you have saved, that stored the data in the local storage, that that data we have gone now. The local storage, if you have, right, and you don't have with the data in the search storage also, because the data you didn't save the data. Okay, so this is the difference between local storage and session storage. And drag and drop also we have seen, that is related to the JavaScript code, right? So because of that you didn't understand very well, but I will explain this. Okay, no problem. I will explain everything. I will explain. I will not skip any topic also. Okay, single topic I will not skip. So now from up to today, I have covered almost all HTML5 topics. Okay, from so far, what are the topics we have covered in HTML? So we'll see now. First, we are started with the tags. Okay, what are the tags? Available HTML tags. Heading tags. Okay, all the heading tags from H1 to H6. We already seen that how the data heading tags will rendered in the browser. That we'll see next. After completing that, the heading tag, paragraph tag we have seen, and the semantic, not semantic, formatting tags. We have seen that formatting tags, where different type of formatting tags we have seen. Strong emphasis tag means EM tag, mark, INS, delete. Okay, and also we have seen as superscript, subscript. Okay, black quote, site, address. These all are the formatting tags we have seen. The next, mm, we have seen the table, how we can format a table, how we can write a table, like table T body, T foot, and inside that TRTH, TRTD, how that will be aligned. Okay, how the call span will work. That things we have seen in the list. Ordered list we have seen how we can use that ordered list in multiple ways. Okay, we are like in Roman numbers, numbered way, how we can see like a Roman number, how we can make, and alphabetical list, how we can display that alphabetical list in the lists. Okay, that we have seen. Next, how we how what is the importance of divs we have seen, and how we can design a website in the HTML and HTML5 we have seen. And next, drag and drop we have seen, geolocation, audio, video elements, and the local storage, session storage. These are the concept in the HTML5. These are the enough. Okay. So tomorrow we'll see the CSS class. Okay. From tomorrow we'll see the CSS, how the CSS will work and those things. Tomorrow we'll start the class. Okay. Okay. If any having any doubts, tomorrow we will see. And now I'm closing the session.